Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm Platter Video, a series of videos I do for the one hour. I go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, I just got through doing a review where I went over there and compared a Coca-Cola product to the Transformer Starscream. What weird kid show franchise will I compare this Coca-Cola product to? It only remains to be seen, folks. But anyway, I am going to review some stuff whilst I'm doing so. I'm inside the truck. I'm also wearing a work shirt, though it's not grody, which is nice. Normally, when those things coincide, it's because I'm going over there, I'm doing a review, and off of something that I found on my way home from work. It's not the case today. As I mentioned in the previous video, I went hunting. I wanted to find this item. And I found it, and as it turned out, it went over there and it had something else that I could find too. Because the review I just got through doing was Boom! For Coca-Cola Move, which is one of their new weird limited edition flavors. But they had another one, folks, because they had Boom! Coca-Cola Move! It's Coke Zero Move. Look at it. Look at it. It's all, yeah. I will say this right off the bat. I like the design of this one way better than this one. I think the white just, I don't know, man. I don't think it works as well, personally. The white with the pink. Not a bad color combination, but it's just a little bit, I think this one works better. I like it. But anyway, yeah, so Coca-Cola starting last year, they started doing these weird, weird flavors where they're just like, yeah, it's pixel, it's whatever. And it's like these weird concept flavors that are only, they only exist for like a month and then they're gone. This one is supposed to be transformation flavored. And this is the 0-calorie version. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it is. It's also 0 sugar. We'll see how it compares to the original one, folks, because damn it all, that's what we're doing. We'll find out if this is the GoBots of Coca-Cola Move. I love the GoBots. I don't care what anybody says. In fact, I have that entire series on DVD. Oh, yeah. All right. See how you is. Smells kind of like the other one. Ooh. I don't know if I like that at all. No. Okay. Alright, well, go watch my other review if you want a full breakdown of what I felt for the normal move. But basically what it came down to for me was it tasted like Coke with coconut. And maybe something else that I couldn't identify, but definitely coconut tasting. So, what does this taste like? Well, it tastes like Coke Zero with coconut in it. However, the saving grace of the normal move for me, because I'm not a big coconut guy, so it's not my favorite flavor combo. The saving grace for me of that one was that at the end of the day, it still had the Coke flavor to rely on. And the Coke flavor was good, and the coconut flavor was more subdued. It was there. It's definitely very present, but the Coke flavor carried me through. This, the problem is the base that you're building off of is Coke Zero, which is kind of like going over there and building a base off of, I don't know, a nuclear testing ground. Because here's the thing, I'm not a big 0 sugar guy. As time goes by, we are doing better with the 0 sugar stuff, 100%. I did a review not too long ago of Pepsi's new 0 sugar version, and that's actually pretty good. It's getting closer. Coke Zero, I don't think is quite there. And so already I'm not big on that because I'm getting a zero sugar taste, which I don't like. And then it doesn't have the strength of Coke flavor to go over there and sort of keep that coconut flavor, what the hell ever, in check. So I'm getting more of that, which I don't like. And then it has this funky aftertaste that I do not like at all. I am not a fan of this. No, sir. And it's like layers of bad. Because initially, the initial taste is just Coke Zero, which isn't horrible. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I can get behind it a little bit. But then it's just bad. It fades out, and then it's coconut flavor, but it's more coconut flavor than the other one. And I don't like that. And it takes a while. It's not an immediate thing. It takes a while, but eventually you get this weird aftertaste that's like bitter and a little bit sour. And I think that's the flavor that I wasn't able to identify in the other one, which just to me solidifies more the idea that there's more than one flavor going on there. And in my other review, I guess that it was maybe something botanical, because it kind of reminded me of almost a flavor, not anything that close to something like Moxie, but Moxie is a soda. It's an old-timey soda that has sort of a botanical flavor to it. And I've had like dandelion and burdock and stuff. And so it kind of reminded me a little bit of that. And I think I might be right with that. I think there might be a botanical aspect to this. And if you're going to have that flavor, if you're going to have like a flowery type of flavor in a soda, you really need to balance it, because it can be overwhelming. Because flower flavor is not typically something that's super palatable. But if you use it the right way, it can be a nice accent to something. In this, because it doesn't have the Coke flavor, the real Coke flavor, to keep it in check, it's just bitter and weird. It's bad. And it lives in your mouth. Like, it doesn't want to go away. It's just a bad flavor, and it's in your mouth for a while. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash it down with this. Save me! I mentioned that with this one, I compared it to Starscream from Transformers. In said review, I made specific mention that this was not the Michael Bay of Coca-Cola Move products. This is straight up Michael Bay Transformers bullshit in a bottle. It draws you in, and it's like, okay, maybe it's not going to be as good as what you're used to, but it could still be good, and that's kind of what it is, because it starts with the zero, the Coke Zero flavor, where it's like, okay, it's not going to be as good as Coke, but that doesn't mean it's going to be bad. And if you go back to, the first Transformers film, you're like, oh, okay, it's a little shaky, but okay. But then, very quickly, it's this weird, sweet, bitter bullshit that's just bad. Transformers 2. And then it just lingers for a really long time, way longer than you want it to. Michael Bay's entire career. And then it's just bad. And it's bad, and you want it to go away. This isn't good. 2 questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No. No, I wouldn't. On both accounts. With this one, I mentioned that I would at least maybe get it again out of curiosity's sake. It's a limited time item. Sure, why not? No thanks. No thanks. I'm not a zero sugar guy, so to be fair, I'm not the audience for this, but I don't even think the zero sugar audience is the audience for this. Because all it does is it goes over there and it accentuates all of the worst aspects of this. And I can't go over there and even say, okay, well, maybe if you just like the coconut flavor. Yeah, it does kind of accentuate the coconut flavor more, which you might be fine with. But then there's this inexplicable ass taste that isn't coconut, and it's just bad. It's just gnarly and awful. I really don't know what the fuck with this. Because there's no reason why a zero sugar version had to be this bad, but it's bad. No bueno for me, folks. I'm sorry. If you enjoy it, that's fine. People enjoy the Michael Bay Transformers movies. I don't get it, but I let it be. And that's how I'm going to have to go with this, because this, I am not into, folks. I'm just not into this at all. But anyway, that's going to do it for me on this one, folks. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month. Do a pen stretch here. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly non-Michael Bay-tastic rest of your life, with the possible exception of The Rock. Yes, we all know. He's been writing that one movie for his entire career. One movie worth of goodwill, an entire career of just bad. But anyway, final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, you might be thinking to yourself, Brandon, you're being a bit of an asshole right now. Michael Bay, he's a guy and he does movies and that's just his job, and why are you being a dick? I would argue the point that I cannot be an asshole to Michael Bay because he's not really a human being. He clearly comes from some sort of terrible torture dimension, probably from a, awful version of the movie Event Horizon, because he's definitely not good enough to be from that fucking movie. But, if there was, a Turkish version, no offense to Turkey, if there was, a Turkish version from the 1980s of Event Horizon, that's where he would come from. And even that might be too good for him. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, even when we're drinking awful soda and Michael Bay still has a career for some reason. Very final thing. Try to do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're not going to try this because you're going to listen to your buddy Brandon because he's trying to help you out. Maybe you're a zero sugar person. It's fine. It's fine. You can be a zero sugar person. Pass up. Pepsi zero sugar is good. Dr. Pepper zero sugar is good. A&W zero sugar is good. This is not good. It's bad. I'm trying to help you. Don't watch Michael Bay's movies. They're bad. So maybe you're not going to do that. Instead, you're going to go over there and you're not going to watch a Michael Bay movie. Maybe you're going to go over there. You're going to watch the original 1986 animated Transformers movie with one of the best soundtracks ever and one of the best voice casts of all time. Leonard Nimoy and Eric Idle and, I can't think of the guy who did Unicron. The guy who did Citizen Kane. Crap. Orson Welles. Yeah. Just do that. Just go watch that movie. That movie's fun. Bye.